Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 3 of this video series, creating this crafter square dinosaur. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So we are now going to be assembling our dinosaur. If you haven't seen how we crocheted it, you can go hit back part 1 and part 2. Just to go over real quick what this kit has, I got it from the dollar store. It includes the plastic needle, yarn, stuffing, crochet hook, plastic beads, and instructions sheet. So again, I do have everything to make this, but I'm not going to use the eyes. I'm going to sew them on because it is a choking hazard and they do have a warning. Small parts not for children under 3 years. So I'm going to use some of my own black yarn that I'm going to have to go and get in my box shortly. So looking at step 7, we have all our pieces. We have the 2 spots, we have the tail, we have the 2 hands, we have the 2 legs, we have the head, and we have the body. So what it's telling us to do is we have to take the head and attach the eyeballs. So I love how they make this opening so not believable because the opening we have is super tiny. But we're gonna do the eyes after the fact because I am gonna sew it on later. Or no, should I do it now? I guess it's preference because I want to see it full. And one thing about one thing about when you use these parts, there's not much room to have the stuffing already in here and then put these eyes in after the fact, which is why they want you to do it first. So not using these are hard plastic small pieces. I'm going to sew these on, so I'm going to do the stuffing first. So here is the little pillow of stuffing. As you can see here, I'll probably use the majority for the head. But we're going to try to do what we can. I might add my own stuffing. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to open this up. And man, this is really taped on there. Okay. And then I'm going to pull this stuffing out. And I don't know why they even use tape. They just really should not. Wow, it was really compact. So really compact that in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna take little bits of the stuffing and I'm gonna fill the little pieces first because you don't want to put everything all at once and find out you have nothing left to fill the body parts. So just little by little, I'm gonna take the stuffing and fill the tail. And what I do to help this along, I do actually use the crochet needle. I use the other end of it, not the hook end, and I just shove it in there. Okay, and you can just gauge how much of it you're using by just squeezing it. I think it's gonna need a little more. And then of course over time the stuffing is going to deflate and it's going to spread around there in that space, so over time it's going to become more and more squishy. Okay. so we have the tail. Let's try to get the little extra pieces, just shove them, fold it in each other. Okay. Then I'm going to fill the little hands. And this is going to take even more patience because these are probably the tiniest pieces. Okay, and then I'll fill the other hand. Okay, then we have a leg. And remember, this has that little little ring at that bottom, so you have to make sure that that stuffing gets all the way down into that cavity. It's just crazy how little these things are, and they kind of expect you to have super tiny hands. I mean, honestly, I don't even think they tell you to stuff the body pieces. It just tells you to stuff the head and the body and the tail. It doesn't even show you stuffing the hands and the legs, but I mean, you really should, because you know, you don't want that to be flat. Okay, so I got that in there somehow. Now I'm gonna fill the rest. And I might have put a little too much. Okay. I got this one. the other leg. And then let's do the body. Leave a comment below if you've ever been to a Build-A-Bear. When I saw how they stuffed the bears, I was just freaked out about that a little bit. Okay, so I could probably put more in here, but let me put some of this into the head so that I don't accidentally overfill the body and not have enough for the head. I wish that when you do like each step, it just seems tedious trying to work with the small pieces, trying to make sure you increase and decrease in the right spots. That like sometimes I wish that these things would just assemble themselves after you do all those pieces. I'm just trying to get as much in here with my fingers because they have more surface, and if I just use this, I'd probably be sitting here all day trying to put that in there. Okay, so I filled up the head a little bit. Let's put more in the head because that's the biggest part. Okay, and let's go alternate with the body. It's getting there. I mean, I think the head is more filled than the body is at this point. So let's see. Okay, so I put all the stuffing. I don't think I'm going to add any of my own because I really like their stuffing. It is nice, bouncy, and soft. Okay, so I'm going to assemble the whole thing and then I'll sew the eyes on. It'll help me gauge better where the eyes should be. So after we put the stuffing, we should have our head complete. This is so crazy. Plus stuffing the body and the tail, and I guess we sew it together. Okay. It's crazy how they just... So let's try to shape this head. It looks like we want to find a nice symmetrical looking piece here. Maybe something like this. Like you want to work with how this all looks. So maybe I'll seal this head. It looks like it just has it sitting on top like that. So I'm gonna go and take this and I'm going to weave it in and out of this. Like so. Just weaving in and out of these stitches. Okay. And once I've done that, just pull it all together. And then I'm going to just put it through a couple of, I don't know, somethings, rows, stitches, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull it through all the way. I'm going to tighten this up. And then I'm just going to like put this randomly in here. Kind of go up where that excess yarn is. And I'm going to pull it through. And I'm going to drag it down. Trying to stuff that in there so that string is gone. And there we have our little dinosaur head. Okay, so now, again, we gotta find a nice round spot. So this could be like the head, I guess. And then we just sew this guy on like this. And it looks like they have it in the middle. So I would just go like that. So what we need to do now is for each stitch that's left behind, stick your needle in there. Make sure you get it into both loops. And then just gonna have to eyeball it. Put it through a little slot. Yarn over. Pull it all the way through. You got stuffing, so that's not great. I'm going to try to just pull the yarn because then, yeah, you can definitely see the white against that green there. But I'm going to keep doing that. So I got it through one stitch. I'm going to go through the next stitch and then find another spot to put this in. Then we're going to yarn over and pull it through everything all the way out. Okay, I'm going to keep going around trying to make sense of where this is on the head so that it looks symmetrical. I know it's easy to kind of lose your way, so if it's not perfect, don't be too disappointed with yourself. Next stitch. Find another place here. And you know, I'm just finding spots. I could be completely wrong with what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm clearly grabbing stuffing. so just gotta be careful. Okay, I have so much stuffing now that's just coming out because I'm pulling it with my crocheting needle. All right, next hole, find a spot. Keep slipping out of there. Okay, so this should be the last stitch. Now what we're going to do is same thing. Fish it all the way through. Well, I didn't realize how much left we don't have. But now we have to try to you might have to undo one. Yeah, there's like just no yarn left. That's why it's always good to kind of leave yourself some. Okay. So we're just gonna when you pull it, you can kind of see where you're working, what yarn you're pulling. Alright, so we're going to do this one more time, and we're going to try to keep that loop so that we can draw yarn in it. So try to get that yarn through everything. Don't let go of that end piece. And then we're going to yarn over. You're going to try to drag that through. And then pull, pull, pull till it's super tight. And then you're going to do like your needle somewhere in the body. And then fish it through next to the excess. And you're going to pull that excess inside the body to where we hide that end piece. I didn't even hide all of it. Let's go back. Try that again. Okay. And we attached the big head onto the little body. Okay. It's kind of breathtaking. It kind of looks a little bit like the dinosaur. Now, I'm going to tie on the tail. Right here. And it has sew. You can sew. You know me, I like to crochet. So, I have hopefully enough excess to where I can just use that. And we're just gonna attach it. You can shape the stuffing to kind of make the body shape look the way you want it to. And then you just gotta figure out how you want to have this. This way the tail points up, this way the tail points down. I think I like it this way. So again, just try to find your spot here. And then we're just going to stick it in the stitch. Find a spot on the body to anchor it to. I can imagine if you sew it, it'll be a kind of easier way if you're a sewer. I'm not really a sewer. Do this again, stick it in the tail, find a place on the body. Then drag this piece through. We're just going to keep going around until we're back full circle. And you know, there's just so many stitches on here that you can find your way on here. If you find that your yarn is just not enough, you guys, I do have all this yarn left. So I already can see that it's not going to work all the way around. So I'm just going to tie some more green. I'm going to try to do it to where that knot is super tight and it won't be like too cumbersome when I'm trying to pull it through the body parts. Although I can already see it being that way. And then just cut this off. I mean, this is probably over exaggerating this length here, but at least I know I'm going to make it all around this time. Unlike the head. Okay, next. And see where that knot is. Now it's going to be kind of a pain to fish that through everything. So you just have to, oops, be gentle, because as you see there, I actually pulled the knot free. So I'm gonna just knot this up again. And I probably should have done this before I started, because it's hard to tie a knot when you don't have that much room to do it. Again into the next stitch, somewhere on the body, pull it through everything, try to shimmy that knot through into the next stitch, somewhere in the body, shimmy that knot through into the next stitch, to the body, Okay, we're almost there. I can try to hide that knot in here by tucking that inside the tail. Okay. And then we have, I think, like 3 more stitches to go. And then 1 more. And then what we're going to do is pull it all the way through. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we can cut this a little bit. And then, like we did with the other pieces, just pull up next to that excess, pull it through the body and hide it. Okay. So now we have, oh my gosh, look at that. Try to just pull that out and cut it off or something. We have the head and we have the tail. Tail's a little up high, but you know. Okay, so our dinosaur is kind of coming along. So now we have legs to do. And I'm not quite understanding. Pinch the soles of the feet following the illustration using the green yarn and plastic to get the feet shape. Oh, so they want you to like, they want you to put some yarn through here to get that foot shape. I like how they tell you to do that. Alright, so I guess we just grab some yarn then. I'll try sewing it. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm sewing. Okay. I'm guessing because it needs to look like this, you have to kind of sew it like this. So what I actually want to do is I want to tighten this up, create the little pinch, and do that by pulling it through like where that ankle would be. And I'm gonna tie it like this. So we got that pinch. And then I have to, I guess, sew it close to the shin. So let's put it through the top of the foot. And then bottom of the shin. And I guess pull. It's crazy. It's So I think it's kind of doing that. What do you think? Maybe I have to go up higher. So then maybe go through here. And then go through probably the same spot that we put it through and pull it. Yeah, so it's kind of more like an L. And then I guess I'll tie this together. Double knot, cut this off, and then we'll just fish this through the leg and hide it. Now we gotta make the other leg look the same. I feel like this doesn't even look right. Okay. Let's try to do the same to this one. Stick it through the front part here, that bend. We're gonna tie this. Then let's try sticking it in that lower spot already so we don't waste yarn. And then go up to the bottom shin. And let's just pull. Pray for the best. And let me see. Let me put this on the outside of that. Okay. Pull tight. I'm going to tie a knot and call it. So I'm going to cut this. I'm gonna fish it through, hide it in the leg. So I think I did it. So now I have to sew the legs. And I think I'm gonna sew them kind of flat to it, because I can't stick it sideways. It'll be like this. But if I sew it like this, or crochet, I guess you can say. Okay, so I'm gonna try there. Stick it in. So I'm gonna need these 2 stitches like that. And stick this in the body. Pull the yarn through all of it. Then I'm going to stick the needle into the next pair of stitches into the body. Yarn over, pull through all of that. Okay, 2 more times to the body. Pull through. Okay, last one. I'm just going to try to pull it tight, tight, tight. And then I'm going to do the last thing here. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the whole thing, and then pull. And then stick your hook in the body next to the excess and fish that inside. Oops. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I'm doing what I can. Yeah, this one's a little doozy. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Into the next stitch here. Then find the same stitch on the other side. And then you want to follow this line here. Put this in the body. Yarn over. Pull it through everything. And then again into the next stitch. Next pair of stitches. Into the body. Pull it through everything. Two more times. One more time. Okay. Then we're going to do this last part here. Pull it tight, then fish it through the body. Okay. We have our 2 legs. I mean, this is a tall dinosaur at this point, and it's not going to stand on its own. I guess we have it sitting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess like that, right? Oh man. And then we have this put on the hands. We're gonna do the same thing as we did with the feet. This is the funniest. And I guess I'm going to just find a spot on here. We're going to fish this through. And when you're working with tinier body parts, it's just so much harder. Oh my gosh, look how adorable this is turning out to be. I can't. The tail is a little high. I feel like undoing it. I don't know. Okay. And I gotta try to put this in the same spot on the other side. Okay, I have my hands. I have my legs. I really do feel like fixing this tail. I definitely put this way too high. I just did such a bang up job. Alright, you're gonna hate me, guys. I can see where... Sometimes you can tell where... like you hit everything. Sometimes you can't. Oh, did I find it? Yes, I did. Alright. So you guys, let me I'm gonna remove this whole thing and just put it lower, because then at least then I think you can get this dinosaur to stand. If not, at least not look like its tail is coming out of its back. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I had my tail come out right from the back. You can see that I removed that stitching, pushing this stuffing back in there, and I lowered it so it's now lower, so it looks a little better like a dinosaur. It can stand up now. It's too cute. I love it. Okay, so now we have to sew on the spots, and it looks like there's one on the side here and then one on the tail. This thing is too cute. So just thinking about how I was going to get this done, I think it's better if you sew it, because if I crochet it, I'm just going to make the spots bigger and the body's just too small to have all that. So luckily I have some yellow left over, and I'm just gonna a little knot here, cut a piece off, and then I have to deal with this stuff here. So what I'm going to do is sew around as much as I can, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. I need it long enough so I can actually pull it out of the way. Just going to plop this one on here. This might actually be tough to sew on. It's so tiny. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm just going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to sew all the way around. And I'm just going to use the stitches as a guide. Let me actually go from body to the stitch. That all the way around. Now I'm going to take scissors and I'm just going to cut this short. one more. Okay, and then with that excess piece, I'm going to double knot this. And then cut it off. Then I'm going to take my crocheting needle, stick that up through the excess here, grab it, and fish it through the body. We got our little spot. Then it shows another spot on the tail. Let's put this right over here like this. And we're going to use the needle again. I'm going to try to tuck this excess piece again from body up. I'm going to have one more time. Okay. Then with the excess, I'm going to double knot this. Now grab my needle, go near the excess, and then pull it through the body. Okay, so we have our dinosaur with the spots. Now I'm going to do the eyes. It looks like the eyes are back here, so I have my black yarn. I am going to, let me just sew it, because I want to make tiny eyes. So let's put eyes. They're kind of off to the side. Let's try here. I'm going to try to tie a knot really close to that excess piece so that I don't need to figure out how I'm going to tuck that in. So we got our little spot here, and then I'm just gonna find my way around. One eye, put in the other. This is where it's so difficult. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Let's I pulled it all the way through. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, you guys, I got my eyes. Oh dear. Alright, so I've pretty much finished this dinosaur. Leftover pieces. Because I didn't use their eyes, I sewed mine on myself. Instructions. Just gonna put this side by side and you let me know how close it is to the picture. This is the silliest thing ever. It's cute. So there you have it, you guys. I got my little dino with the spots, the little weird legs, the little hands, head with the eyes sewn on, and the tail. It stands. So I'll comment what you think about this. How did you fare with the instructions? How did you fare assembling it? I know like the instructions are pretty much not descriptive when assembling, so there's always going to be variation from person to person. But I think I enjoyed this. So there you have it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is IsmsbyJBM. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And send me your how-tos. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like to do. I do have a viewer request to do the bunny next. So I will be doing the bunny next week. So until then, I'll see you next time. I know you, the viewers watching this video, probably don't do nails or like to watch nails, but if you are interested in watching nails, I do nail videos on my channel, and I am having a special collaboration going on this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I will leave the schedule in my community tab, so look out for that. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. It's everything Halloween, and it's involving a number of channels that I think are super talented and worth checking out, because it's always fun to meet new channels. I have a bunch that I watch myself, so I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.